Come on in. Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. My name is Katie O'Neill, and man, I am so excited about today's video. If you've got any questions, you can always reach out to me at 303-562-8659. Again, 303-562-8659. We're coming to you live here on Facebook from Transwest here in sunny Frederick, Colorado. We're looking at one of the last days of fantastic weather that we've got for the week, and it couldn't be a better day to start off by showing you one of our top selling coaches in the Super C segment. As always, you can find lots of information about this unit in particular or any of our other inventory down below in the comments section. Also, you're more than welcome to sign in and just write over to Cherish or Jody. Let us know if you've got any questions during the video. This is a live Facebook video. And if you missed something and you want to go back and find it again, you can find us at TTT RV or RV's Inside Out. And as usual, I like to start from the inside out. So Jody, please go ahead and take her on back. So the reason I'm so excited about today's video is because we have some really cool new features. One of the nicest aspects that we have going into this coach is that we have got a new Lakewood interior. So we've had Spice Brandy in these Super Cs for as long as I could remember. And I just love this new Lakewood, and it pairs so well. If you haven't seen my 36 VSB video with the lighter beige interior, this is Gray Mist that we're looking at today. This Lakewood looks so nice with all of the different interiors that Renegade has to offer. And it's just great to be able to show them to you so that when you're out there making your decisions, you can see how these colors look together. So just a really nice neutral wood. As usual, Renegade does a great job with their Splendide washer and dryer. I really like the fact that they have the separation of the two. So you've got your dryer on the top, your washer on the bottom. But it's nice that they've got this shelf here. And so it's a very stable unit. Of course, this is a great location because you can actually do all of your laundry while you're going down the road. One of the nicest features of this RV is, of course, Renegade does a great job with walking room. And in 2022, we came up with a really nice new shelving system. So this is an all new 2023. But as you can see, we've got these great shelves over the bed. Also with our USB ports here, and in 2023 we've added a Type C port as well. So you've got one USB, one Type C, and then two 110 outlets. So just great updates. You'll also have one of those on top above the headboard on the left, as well as one down below on the nightstand. So you've got an extra set of ports there, which is great. As usual, I really love these super solid doors. In Elkhart, Indiana, the Amish take great pride in the craftsmanship. We of course use these fantastic hinges, as you can see, super sturdy, really great construction. Definitely one of the best attributes of the Renegade product. Now this iRelax mattress is super comfortable. I did talk to Jody today. We're going to do a few measurements for those of you that have seen a lot of my videos. I do those, but from time to time. 74 inches is the total height there, and then here we're going to have about 71 inches across. And the reason I like to do these is, you know, it's important as a consumer. A lot of times you're trying to figure out what you can fit and where. So this little drawer here is going to be about 15 inches deep and about 6.5 inches across. Your nightstand's about 19 inches. And then you have this really fantastic cubby down here. And that's going to be also about 19 inches. It goes all the way to the wall. So as we go through these units, it's important to talk about the fact that this bunk model gives you so much sleeping room. But more importantly, when you have a bunch of people that are camping with you, you need to have things like really big drawers, right? So lots of storage in this unit. I really like the fact that when you open the cabinet door, the light turns on as well. And then we sell a lot of these RVs to people who are going to go snowmobiling or maybe surfing. So very much a coastal or mountain type of RV, very good for rugged outdoor adventures. And then right here above your Blu-ray player and your station for your television, you'll note that we have this fantastic new color on our countertops. So This is a really nice new effect in the gray mist interior. Historically, it was always a really dark, kind of blackish gray. And sometimes if you drag something across it, you might get a scratch in it that you could really see. So I was really excited to see this beautiful white countertop with a gray mixed in and a little bit of sparkle. Really low maintenance, really easy to take care of, and just a really nice bright accent. And you'll see that in the kitchen as well. So pretty excited about that. But back to our conversation about people, you know, that are snowmobiling or using wetsuits. It's just nice to be able to have this removable panel where if you've got something longer, you can store it. And again, tons of storage here for this Bunk model. Even down below here, we've got extra drawer space. I am going to measure this one because this is a pretty long drawer. So 23 inches down and just about 13 inches across. So really great drawer space, great place to keep socks, maybe some underwears, shorts, whatever it is. And if you've got 2 kids with you, they can each have their own section. And of course, again, we're just going to go take a look at this. 23 inches once again in terms of overall depth, and over 22 inches across. So lots of great storage here down below. Again, all of these beautiful soft close doors. And then one of my favorite features on this coach is going to be the fact that we have the removable bunk closet doors. So for those of you that are traveling and you would like to be able to use this as storage, you can go ahead and use this bar across the top. But if you've got 2 kids, you've got this really nice, well-lit area. And these are huge bunks. These are 30 by 80. 72 is the average length for a bunk in an RV. So this is a lot of height. And what's nice about that is I know that this RV is going to go camping. It's actually going to go elk hunting as soon as it leaves here. There's a trip that's been in the works for quite some time. But my client, one of the things he was remarking about, he's a big dude. That extra 6 inches that you get, that 80-inch length and bunk, allows you to put full-grown men in here. I actually have a client who picked up a 40 VBH from us about a year ago, and he and all of his buddies went paintball hunting together. And I don't know exactly what that entails. I'm sure there's a little bit of whiskey and some beer going on. But he said the whole entire thing was packed full of like full-grown men, I'm assuming with big beards, and having paintball wars and sleeping in their bunks, which is awesome. Again, you've got to have those 2 110 outlets, that 1 USB and that 1 Type-C as well. And the best thing about these bunks is that not only do you have a great storage area, but you know, you can put your kids in here, close the slides, and then they can't get out until you get to the next stop, so you don't have to worry about them saying, where's the bathroom? How long is it going to be? They're just locked up. I'm just kidding. That's not, don't do that. No, one of the best things about this is that the whole panel is removable. So there's actually a little pin here on the top and the bottom, and you can take out this entire door system. So if you don't want it because maybe you do have kids that are camping with you, you can go ahead and take those off for that camping trip. Now, as we come down here through the hallway, we're going to have a few more 110 outlets down below. Why is this important? This is important because if you're using your hair dryer or something back here and you want to be able to plug it in because you've got this great mirror on the rear wall, it's nice to have something where you can plug all your stuff in throughout the coach. As of course, as you go into like any kind of new home, we're always looking for outlets, and this is a great new home. So here in the center bath, we have a 35-inch radius shower. I love the little bar here where you can put your shampoo and conditioner without having it fall over, and a nice soap dish. We do have the head down on the ground. We are winterizing coaches now. We are in that freezing time. It actually froze last night for the first time this year. Look at that great medicine cabinet, lots of shelves. And again, for you that are going to be out camping with a lot of people, this is just a great coach because there's so much storage everywhere. Look at all of that storage up top. How much RV toilet paper could you hold? Oh my gosh. All right, so we've got our fan up top. This, of course, is a rain sensing fan. So really nice ventilation available in here. Porcelain potty, you know, so no step to pump. Nice macerator toilet here. A lot of room, again, underneath your sink. You've got, you know, the adults' toothbrush drawer, and then you've got the kids' toothbrush drawer. And then you've got a great place to keep some towels. But just overall, really, really nice execution on the part of Renegade again. And I love the magnetic seal on this shower because when it's cold, you can actually keep all the steam in. And if your husband's naughty, you can lock him in there until he calms down. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. These are such bad ideas I'm having today. All right. So as you'll see, I just unsnapped that. That's about as complicated as Renegade gets. We don't really do a whole lot of really like fancy latches, but we do super solid doors. And what's nice about this setup here is that you can actually create a section where you have a door here that's closed. You can close this door right here as well. And what's nice about this is you can actually create a location where the kids are sleeping in the middle, you're sleeping in the back, and maybe mom and dad are up playing gin rummy late at night. So you've got a little separation between all of these rooms. So you really have a 3-room apartment in this coach, which is just fantastic. And like I said, just super simple, little snap latches, really easy. Next, you'll see our 19 cubic foot refrigerator. One of the nice features on this refrigerator is that we did take off the handles. There's no changes for any kind of appliances in 2022 to 2023. The big changes are going to be in the water system. So this coach has 150 gallons of fresh water, 75 gallons of gray water, and 70 gallons of black water. And we have always had a hard time with measuring whether or not we're full. So they've got a new system for measuring their water capacities this year, which is actually kind of funny because if you were on a lot of the forums, it was the same system people were retrofitting into their RVs in 2020 and 2021. It's just what we're using now. So they've gone ahead, listened to the masses, made the correction, and we have a new monitoring system for your RV this year. But this Samsung refrigerator is the same as it was last year because it's fantastic. Tons of room, big, beautiful, well-lit residential style refrigerator. You also have your ice maker here, and then a ton of deep storage here for storing any of your hot dogs, hamburgers, chicken wings, whatever it might be, and popsicles, of course. Another nice thing about the VBH is in that 40-foot length. So this coach is 40 feet 2 inches long. It gives us enough room to have a really gigantic mid-pantry. And I love these full extension drawers. They're so nice. There's so much room here. Again, let's go ahead and do some measuring here. I know a lot of you have rice cookers and crock pots and Instapots. So 27 inches deep is your overall depth. I'm going to measure the inside of this opening here. Keep in mind this one does not have a little latch. This one does. But the inside of the opening is about 12 inches across. And then in terms of this overall height, it doesn't matter as much because these are very easily adjustable drawers, but there's 3 feet of overall cabinet space that you'd have to work with. And there are little adjustments the whole way through here, so you can make this as tall and short as you like. And then, of course, 25 inches deep by, just a little over 9 inches in terms of across. And then you've got a little bit deeper drawers here, so you've got 2 that are deep and 2 that are shallow. These are just under 9 inches deep, so about 8.5 inches deep. So really cool, soft closing once again, ultra high quality, beautiful new wood exterior or wood interior. I love the new backsplash, tied in once again with my favorite true induction cooktop. We talk a lot about this cooktop in these videos. One of the things that you're going to have, it's interesting, I was watching Newmar's 2023 Baystar update, and one of the things that they did is they gave you a ceramic stove. This is not a ceramic stove. This is an induction cooktop. And what that means is you could actually put a paper towel down on this, put down a pan. It's actually conducting electricity magnetically as opposed through a heat element, so that paper towel wouldn't catch on fire. So a great feature for those of you that are going to be out camping with a family. You want your daughter to get up and make grandma and grandpa some eggs while you sleep in. You can do that, not worry about her catching the RV on fire, which is super cool. Another nice feature with the induction is that this induction cooktop cooks things, or I shouldn't say cooks, it gets hot so much faster. So you can boil water at about half the time as you could with a regular open burner stove. So for those of you that are knocking it, that haven't tried it, I really encourage you, go down to your local appliance store, ask them, tell them, say, I want to see a demonstration between gas and induction. If that's somewhere you're hung up, it's actually where I learned most of it. I was actually out shopping myself for a new stove, and I asked them to give me a demonstration, and in my new home I actually did not go with a gas burner stove. I went with an induction after the demonstration. So I encourage you to get that research done. This High Point microwave, everyone always asks me, oh, when did they go to High Point? Is that because of COVID? No, we've used High Point since 2019. It's a fantastic convection and microwave oven. Up here we've got our Sony Blu-ray players. Of course, we've got our WineGuard access point here for cable. And then over here, we have a ton of storage in this cabinet. And one of my favorite features, so this kitchen's very much like my VSB. So my 36-foot Renegade Verona had a little shorter cabinet, but it had this great little side access panel, and like we would keep all of our coffee cups here, all of our plates, all of our bowls. So super, super nice. But this kitchen has got such a great layout, and it's a ton of counter space. So when we're talking about a ton of counter space, we're talking about 7 feet of counter space in terms of overall length. And then in terms of depth at the shorter points, you're still over, you're 26 inches here, so over what you would find in a standard home, and about 35 to 36 inches here, depending on whether or not you count that ledge. So lots and lots of counter space. Like I said, I love this new beautiful sparkle gray countertop, just a lot easier to take care of. Also nice that it has some texture to it, so it's not going to be unforgiving when it comes to keeping it clean. As usual, we keep a lot of our access points for our circuit boards here. So all of your, circuit boards. It's a Monday, folks. Your fuses are in here. I'm not going to open this up because if I do, then it's harder to, it just pops off, I guess, is the best way to say it. And then I have to figure out how to put it back on TV. But all of your circuit breakers are right here, well labeled. The 1-800 number for Renegade is right here. This ingot paint that you'll see outside has all of these little paint codes. They're right here. But this 1-800 number is something for parts or for customer service. It's right there on your coach. But one of the things to note with shopping with Transwest is that you don't necessarily need to call your Renegade 1-800 number first. When you buy an RV from us, one of the things that happens is that you get access to a gentleman by the name of Bill Habercorn. And Bill Habercorn is fantastic because he knows these RVs inside and out, and a lot of times we'll find that it's operator error that we're working with as opposed to actually having a coach that's broken. Might just be a fuse. So not only do you get to come here, you get to pull in, you do your RV walkthrough first. It's about 2.5 to 3 hours depending on how long you'd like to spend. Wade Phoenix leads that charge for us. After that, then you get to move into the campground. You can swap over all your stuff if you've got an old RV, or just simply get your sea legs on if you've never had an RV before. You get to stay here. You could stay here for a night. You could stay here for 5 nights, whatever is most comfortable for you. And then after you leave here, it's not like you're just gone off into the world with no support. You can call me. I'm really great about answering my phone calls for all of you that have bought RVs from me online, especially those of you that have come in from out of state. Please feel free to put comments down below vouching for us, because I know that we provide a great level of customer service. But Bill Habercorn is also just such an important thing, because being able to reach out to somebody who's familiar with the product, that knows you're a customer, that's going to answer the phone, isn't something that everybody can promise, and it's something that we can provide to you here at our store, because we have a full-time, fully dedicated employee that is designed basically to make sure that you're out there camping and having a good time. So really love that about our organization. In here you'll find we have a lot of remotes. The reason we have so many remotes is we have a TV in the bedroom, we have a TV in the galley here, we have a TV in the bunk over cab, and then we have another TV outside. There are 2 optional televisions that you could have in those bunks. I understand, you know, it's kind of a 50-50 take on those. Some people really like them. They want the kids to have access to their own DVD players. A lot of kids just have their tablets these days, though. So these are about 18.5, 19 inches across, and then overall depth 15 inches, and in terms of height, just about 6 inches tall. So really great space here. Of course, you've got 3 drawers, which is awesome. You'll notice this vent down below. This is for your hydronic heat. As I mentioned earlier, you're going to have a 150-gallon freshwater tank, a 75-gallon gray, and a 75-gallon black tank. But what's nice about that water tank is there's no water heater on this coach. This is an all-electric vehicle, and it's running off of the AquaHot 250D. And this is a 3rd gen AquaHot, so these are going to be a lot more reliable than they have been in the past. That's another change for 2023. You'll see that in a lot of the forums. Certainly we did have to work through some issues with AquaHot, but I would say that that's a really solid feature. This coach, we checked the serial number, has that 3rd generation AquaHot, and that AquaHot is actually heating the antifreeze in a tube that goes underneath your coach, and it pushes air over that hot tube of liquid, and it comes out that vent, and that's going to be hydronic heat. So it's not like electric heat that you would find in a floor of an RV. This is hydronic heat that's running underneath the coach. And one of the nice features about that as well is that also gives you a thermostat down in your bays, so you know that you're going to have, you know, not only warmth in the coach, but warmth in the places where it's important, so your lines aren't going to freeze, which is important, you know, especially for those of you, again, we do a lot of snowmobiling customers. Look at that extra storage space. This is just such nice space. So I know, you know, I said I was going to do measurements here. That's just under 15 inches tall, but it's just so important to have a place to put like olive oil or, I don't know, vodka. Just kidding. Who uses vodka while camping? Okay. So here's a cool feature. I love Renegade's ability to have a gigantic trash can. This is a full-size trash can that you would find in a kitchen in your residence. And this thing is 17.5 inches tall and about 14 inches wide. So just so you know, if you are looking to, and that's by 10, 14 by 10. If you're looking to find extras, we would always keep a black one and a blue one stacked inside of each other. We use this one inside of the coach. Then we use the black one outside, and we use the blue one for recycling. So just a great feature that you can have so much room without having to empty the trash all the time. Look at all that space for storage underneath. One of the nice features about this is it's a great place to keep just a little shop vac. So we always did that. And then you saw the outside of that light from the inside, but there's these little step lights here. So these courtesy lights are located throughout the coach. So if you've got littles here, again, another 2 110 outlets, great location. This is actually a mirror that I would use to get ready all the time in the morning. This booth is huge, so you'll notice that we've taken all the cushions off of the edges. And some of our fancier manufacturers, there's a nice little cushion there. But what that means is that you can get up to 44 inches of butt space. And that's really awesome. 2 seat belts as well facing forward here. And then your table is about 23 inches wide. This is about 12 feet of overhead cabinet storage here. And that booth does convert into a hide-a-bed. And I'll show you where the cushions are in just a second because it's kind of a hoot. Here's one of them. I love these cabinets because you can actually just put those shoe boxes that you get from the Container Store in there and use a label maker and then just label them from A to Z all the way down. And just to give you an idea for overall depth, just about 17 inches. And then from hinge to spread about 15. Overall, the cabinet's about 16 inches wide. So these little hinges I like to account for because they do matter. And then the clearance is about 7.5 inches tall. So tons of space there. This hide-a-bed, in terms of its overall width, is going to be 59 inches across. And then you'll know how deep. You got to pull the snap. Just so you know, these are a little snap. Again, very simple. But you pull the snap. That's how deep your storage unit or your storage is underneath your seats. This is a great place for laptops, any kind of computer apparatus. I actually use the one on the right for my dishes in my Superstar. And this is about 15 inches across, just a little bit over. And then, as mentioned, really nice deep storage here, about 34 inches of storage underneath this booth. So great location. We have new furniture. So if you have tuned in before, you'll know that we talk about how cool this bed is. But I just love, this is such a fluffy new couch. And it has cup holders in the armrest, which is so nice. So we just love that. Let's go ahead and do a little conversion. So this is, I tell people this a lot. You don't need a transformer bed. For your mom, maybe. But for your kids, you might want to just get some air mattresses. It's really cool to be able to throw 2 air mattresses on the floor, throw the sleeping bags on, some pillows, and then you just pick them up and throw them on the bed at the end of the day. And then you could have 2 up here, 2 on the floor, 2 in the bedroom, 2 in the bunks. I mean, you could have 10 people in here really easily. This is a crazy amount of space. Okay, so these are a little different than some of the others. There's a latch. If you don't pull this, it won't release. You just pull these bad boys out. Slide this. Oh, am I crooked? Sorry, a little crooked, folks. It's kind of a Monday. Slide this out like this. And then there's those 3 seat belts underneath. This is a new color carpet for us. It's got a new name. Really pretty similar. Nice carpet though. And then drop this bad boy down. And let's go ahead and see how much room we have. I actually have enough room to put my cushions back up here, which is good because my pillows might fall through to the wall. But overall measurings, full queen size bed. This is going to be 76. It's about 83 to the wall, if you must know. So if you've got someone who's taller in the family, great location for them to sleep. And then the overall width, we're looking at about 60 inches across. So plenty of room for 2 people, maybe 3 kids here in this fold out bunk. And keep in mind, so 2 seats here, 3 seats here, 2 seats here. This coach seats 7 with seat belts, which is super cool. For those of you that are maybe hockey parents or into NASCAR, or maybe you're racing motorcycles, whatever it might be. Uh-oh, did I do that too early? I did. Okay. Sorry, folks. I'm not used to this little couch quite yet. It works a little different than my last one. I gotta slide it in first. There we go. There we go. So for those of you that are new to the Renegade product, one of the reasons you'd consider this RV is because of the fantastic build quality. And I have to tell you, during COVID, a lot of things changed. Some manufacturers were bought out by other manufacturers. Renegade has been building a consistently good product throughout that period of time. And if anything, it's gotten better in 2023. Again, another 2 110 outlets, USB port, and Type-C cable. And I'm going to show you some cool stuff here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm authenticating. So we're looking at the Mira app here by Vega Touch. So this is so cool. Firefly, well, it's just fantastic. It's one of the few things that I miss in my Superstar. I can tap here. I can go to this little slide panel, confirm that I want to use it, go to my slides, and I can retract my rear slide by pushing and holding this button right here. And what's nice about this is when I'm using this app, if I'm outside and I'm getting to a campground late at night and I want to make sure there's not a tree in the way, I can actually use my app to put my slides out. That way I know that I'm not going to run into something with my slide without having somebody out there actually coaching me. And I mentioned earlier, I wanted to just show this before we went outside, that there was great room here. But so I can walk all the way back here and I can do my laundry because I have full access to my washer and dryer. In my Superstar, I actually have to put the slide out to be able to switch over the laundry. And you do the laundry on the road. I mean, you just don't do laundry when you get to the campsite. When you get to the campsite, you drink beer and roast marshmallows. So it's just super nice to be able to have access to this. But you can get all of your laundry done while going down the road. And this coach has an 8 kilowatt generator, so plenty of power to do that. And one of the nice things is, so I got full access to my bathroom there. If I'm going down the road and I'm doing my laundry, when I get to the location, I can dump my gray water tank, refill my fresh water tank, and have all my clothes clean. So I can do that, and then I can go boondocking for another week, 2 weeks. A lot of people might say, oh, you don't need to have a washer and dryer in your coach because, we're not going to be gone that long. Well, keep in mind, if you want to go for 2 weeks, you could bring half as much stuff, just a few pairs of jeans, a few pairs of socks, 1 or 2 bathing suits, as opposed to having enough stuff to keep clean for the whole 2 weeks. So this Samsung is fantastic. Smart TV, soundbar. It comes off the wall. You just pull this release so you can tilt it wherever you like. But this soundbar is so cool. It's got this like blue writing that comes up so you can sync it to your phone, listen to a little Jimi Hendrix, listen to a little Led Zeppelin while you're getting your campsite ready. I wanted to show how much room you have up here. You pull these little pins out. These little pins lock into place here so that if you do have this set in place, you can actually lock it in. But what I wanted to show is these mattresses are removable. So this is how much space you have to put not just people, but crap. I mean, how many 12 packs could you fit up here? So this is gonna be, uh-oh, am I gonna get stuck? I'm stuck, Jody. Oh, crud. Hold on, folks. A little off-roading here. Sorry, Carla. Promise I didn't hurt it. Carla and Zach ordered this coach a while back, and they came in this weekend, and they're really funny. They're like, oh, I wasn't sure. I thought maybe we got blue. And I was like, no, you guys got ingot. But it took a while to get it, but they've been waiting. 54 inches deep. So 54 inches is a lot of space that you have here. And then in terms of down and across, 77 inches of overall width there on that bunk. So lots and lots of room for you if you have, you know, I don't know, we always have, like, we don't eat chips at home, but when we go camping, we always have those big bags of chips, just a bunch of stuff. You could store it all up there. And then, of course, you have this great space here for getting in and out so that if you aren't actually going to go, you know, if you don't have a lot of stuff, you can move this out of the way, which is nice, just to get in and out of the coach. All right, so 6-speed Allison transmission. You also have power windows, power locks, heated mirrors, lane alert. I guess we should turn this on because it'll make some noises when we do it. Sounds like a fart. Getting the starter up. So, as you can see here, really easy dash. This garment is removable, so it's kind of nice. Take it off of the mount, program where you're going in your lap, and then put it back up there. Oh, that was it. So that's your lane tracking package. This is your WABCO distance monitor. So this is going to be blue right now because it's not engaged. It'll turn red if you're too close, or yellow if you're getting, if you're kind of in that danger zone. But this is actually going to allow you to take your foot off of the accelerator, and you can just follow the coach in front of you or the car in front of you. You've got your climate control here. Engine brake is going to have high and low. You have to turn it on first. If it's not on, it won't work. Tire pressure monitors is another nice feature. The Garmin system is really great because you have all of your Bluetooth features. You can go ahead and, you know, use your Sirius satellite radio. You can use, you know, Pandora, whatever it is that you use. Fog lamps. This little guy is cool. This is going to just lock in your rear diff so that you've got a little bit better traction. You've got your windshield wipers here. Cruise control is all set right here. Set, resume. And then you have your power mirrors here. And then, of course, that nice big old air horn. Your brake controller is already loaded here. On my Superstar, I actually had to install the brake controller. So I thought that's, you know, one of those things worth mentioning. And then you have your adjustable steering column as well. So overall, just a super nice cabin. And again, lane tracking, distance control, all those features. As you can see, these seats are heated. So a nice feature there. And then on the note of getting in and out of this coach, I think it's really important to understand, like, you don't really need to come in this door unless maybe Carla's got a bum knee. She had surgery on her knee, so she's going to definitely be happy that she can move this back into place. But these doors are so easy to get in and out of. One of the things that Freightliner takes great pride in is the way that they actually orchestrate their entry system. So they've got a 3-point system, which means you always have 3 points that you can hold on to getting in and out of a coach. And where that's handy is, okay, so let's say you are camping and someone's going to go out and get snow cones. The other person's going to go out and put def in, and then one of the kids has to go out to go pee. Got 3 entry points, but really easy to get in and out. As you can see, there's all these handles that allow you to get in and out of the cabin easily, and I'll show those to you from the outside too. Just wanted to show up here. You've got a nice little place to keep your cell phone. Of course, you can get that Cobra walkie-talkie in there. 10-4 Big Buddy, Space Kitten signing in here. So just, you know, nice amenities for sure. And I'm going to bring this outside so we can take a little bit better look at it there. So you'll note here as we go in, again, these courtesy lights. And I love these stairs. So first of all, really nice laminate floors here. These wood laminate floors are super durable. But underneath these steps, you'll see that there's actually a great place to keep flip-flops and slippers. So while you're going camping, of course, everyone keeps like a little like mat to catch all the sand and dirt on the outside. But you might want to take your shoes off when you go in the coach, and it's just a great place to be able to store them where you're not going to be tripping over everything. I was closing this or opening this slide with my tape measure. Okay, so another nice feature, 2020, I did not have this little screen that covered this window. Of course, we've got MCD power shades and dual pane windows throughout the coach, but being able to cover them if you've got people sleeping in that front cab is important. I know I mentioned that these are swivel chairs. They're also air ride, but there's your swivel feature right there. And I'll show you air ride when we get to the other side. I wanted to mention these steps as well. I love this step. So instead of having like grip tape here, just a nice hardy metal step, 6-gallon DEF tank right over here. Actually, that's not your DEF tank. That's going to be your, this coach has 100 gallons of fuel, so that's one of your 50-gallon saddle tanks. You can fill them at the same time or independently. If you film it independently, it's important to understand that you are going to find yourself in a position where it takes a lot longer. So if I had my druthers, I would definitely fill my tanks simultaneously. Of course, one of the benefits of having a Renegade Super C is that you can go into all these truck stops and everything's kind of set up and geared for you. Here's that side camera. And then down below that, you're going to see these beautiful 22.5-inch Bridgestone tires. And it's just important to understand these Alcoa rims are going to make less noise, they're going to be cooler, and they're going to have less vibration going down the road. So these big tires aren't just for comfort going over bumps. These rims are going to give you actually a quieter performance. Oh, I stopped. Hold on. No, I don't want to do leveling. I'm not leveling. I'm doing slides. I'm doing awnings. Extend. How cool is this? So like I said, let's say you pull into camp and there's like a tree outside of your campground and you're afraid you're going to run into it. This is so cool. You could actually extend your awning with your phone from outside of the coach. Now, just so you know, this is a very common question. I could absolutely install a Dometic cooler into this compartment for you if you like. If it's something where you want to have it in this front compartment, if I can get a hold of you and order the coach, it's less expensive for us to pre-wire it at the factory, but we can also wire it here. And then, let's see, we go to awnings, shades, and let's go ahead and pop this bad boy open. Here we go, another Samsung television, number 4, USB ports on the left, and then another soundbar, of course. Oh, and you know, that's what I was going to do. I know I was looking down for something. How wide are these doors? How wide is the opening, right? So, doors are about 4 feet, 49 inches, so consider that a 4-foot opening. And then overall depth, this one's going to be 27, almost 28 inches. And then overall height, just about 24, 25 inches tall. So there's one. This is your biggest door. Do you hear that double latch? Like that sound? Nice and sturdy. It's a big aspect of Renegade, and one of the reasons that they're so well built is they put little extra features like that. This door is just over 58 inches, just under 59. So big opening there. It's the same in terms of overall height and depth. Slide locks are down there. So is your air chock, so you can go ahead and air up all of your tires with this coach. Don't need to call a service center if you've got a low air pressure. Now this one is going to be a little bit deeper. So let's just go ahead and measure here. same length as the one to the right of it, but overall the depth of this cabinet, or this basement cabin, is almost 40 inches. So 40 inches deep. Now you only get that for about 11 inches of overall height, but if you've got anything like paddle boards, golf clubs, anything that you want to put in that cabin, that's just a lot of extra space. And of course you can see here, I can reach the television. It's a huge perk. Jody's laughing. By the way, everybody, welcome back to Jody. Now, we had a lot of close-up shots last week in his absence. It's nice to have him home. This is, again, just another big, beautiful Alcoa rim, keeping you quieter going down the road. And look at that storage. Holy, that is some deep storage. And I want to say, it's about, man, if you got some long stuff, this is 5 feet. 5 feet deep. And I know that this is important for people. So for those of you who don't like measurements on videos, go ahead and sign out now. Tune in later. Grant Russell or Brian Ritz, Mark Love will be doing a video like later on this week, I'm sure. I get a lot of people who tell me they buy RVs from me because of my measurements. If you're not one of those people, don't worry. There's other folks out there making videos for you. But thanks for tuning in nonetheless. But I am going to do measurements. This is going to be 28 inches deep here, and then overall this door is just under 29 inches deep, so consider that a 27-inch opening. Keep in mind you've got these little hooks here. We used our Outlander fire pit here a lot. Now I'll tell you, as an optional feature, you can tell this one just came in last week. We haven't taken the stickers off yet, but get the mud flap. Like, don't have me install it. It's a lot cheaper to get it from the factory than to have it installed after the fact. 20,000 pound towing capacity, 8.9 liter Cummins, Voyager camera plugins, 7-pin connector. This thing is rad. If you want to bring anything on a trip with you, this coach has got plenty of low end torque. This has got 1,150 foot-pounds of torque. This 8.9 liter Cummins ISL is a huge upgrade for the 6.7 liter that you'll find on some of our competitors. We have a Valencia that's really nice. For those of you that are not going up and over the mountains, that coach is going to be adequate. But for those of you that may want to flat tow up and over the Rocky Mountains and doing a lot of those deep hill trips, this is definitely an improvement on that engine. That difference in torque is pretty substantial. Of course, diesel's always going to be better than gas if you can get a hold of it. So this is going to be a 36-foot power cord on a power retracting reel. Surge protector. We come with a 50 or 30 amp adapter. And if you put your power cord here through this grommet and plug it in, when you are going to go back on the road, even if it's dry, put that cover back in, because this power cord, if it drops down, I dragged my power cord from Colorado, from like Denver to like Lyman, and let's say it weighed about half as much by the time we figured out what we had done. It still worked, but it's not what I would recommend. Okay, so I know we talked about this earlier. You've got an 8 kilowatt or 8,000 watt Onan quiet diesel generator. Great park generator. You can start this a few different places. So we talked about this app that we have. You can start it on your app. You can start it here. And you can start it inside on your control panel. So when you go into your app, you'll see that down here on the bottom you have all these little symbols. So all you got to do is click there. Oh, that was lights. Let me go back. How do I go back, Jody? How do I go back? Oh no, don't close it. Seriously? Oh my God, there we go. Here we are. So here we go. So here we go. So we go down here to power, and then you can see it pulls up, and I can start my generator, stop it here, and then I can also check and see what kind of solar I've got coming in. So this is a great app because you can run your generator here outside, but if it's raining and you want to start the gen, you can go ahead and just do it from your app right here, or from one of the wall units on the inside. So here we have, of course, very easy access to our low point drain. We've got our water. We've got our whole house water filter. We also have our water reel on a power cord reel. I would definitely get that power water reel. That's going to be a really nice feature to have. Black tank rinse. Gray tank dump, black tank dump. Oh, there's that power cord. That's the button for your power cord. Tank fill. I mean, just super simple. Why they put the cable inlet that goes into the coach here in the bay, I have no idea, but that's where it lives. And then here you'll find a nice place. This is where you keep your, this little cover's off. Put that back on. Maybe, or we'll have to have them put that back on. So anyway, so this is where your gray and black water tanks are. And then your water tank, and I should have shown that to you. Oh, man, this thing is in the way, Jody. Look at this. What are we going to do? Let's go to our slides. Let's go to our front slide retract. So, how nice is this? I mean, I just think that this is like the coolest feature, that you could actually run your slides in and out from your phone. Again, if you get somewhere late at night and you want to be able to pull into camp without having to get your wife out of the coach, she can get the kids ready for bed, or vice versa. Maybe your husband can get the kids ready for bed, make dinner, and get all set up for camp. You can have one person doing this because they can come outside and make sure they're not going to run into anything, make sure that they're set up appropriately before they start running slides. And then of course, here's that other, this is probably the gray tank. And then here's that Aqua Hot 250D. And keep in mind, I always say this, if you tell us that you watched my video, I will give you a free gallon of Oasis juice. You absolutely want to have Oasis juice or Aqua Hot juice. If you don't have Aqua Hot juice, you don't have hot water, you don't have hydronic heat. You do have two 15,000 BTU air conditioners and heat pumps on this unit, so you would still have heat pumps, but this Aqua Hot hydronic heat is going to run at a much lower temperature. So after about 38 to 32 degrees, those heat pumps stop putting in hot air to the coach. It's kind of lukewarm, if you will, when it comes in from outside, where these heat pumps are going to work really well, or this hydronic heat will work really well at those lower temperatures. Another storage compartment, just making use of all of the space. And then here you'll see, so we have an upgrade for 2023 is that our batteries are upgraded. So this is not a lithium ion battery, but we did do an upgraded battery system for our AGMs. So that's in there as well as your chassis batteries. And then, what did I think was in here that I needed to talk about that I always forget? Oh, airline there. There you go, on the top left-hand corner. Again, that airline that you saw under the bay on the opposite side is a great asset. You can fill up your tires if necessary, or I don't know, some inflatable thing. Again, so here's your other diesel fueling station, so one on each side, and it's nice that the DEF tank is right next to you. It's only a 6-gallon DEF tank, so you'll probably fill that out just about every time you go camping or stop for fuel. And then here, you can see we have these air ride seats. This is where the control is. Here's your chassis on and off. The house is at the door. Again, these are swivel. Here's that brake controller there. And as you can see, just really easy access points. Always able to keep 3 hands on the coach so that you can open and close those ports and get in safely from the front of the coach, not just from the side door. And then it's funny, so I drive my RV all the time. I have a Super C, of course, and I think what people don't understand, this is such an easy coach to drive because it's got so much power. It's so easy getting up and around people, going up in the hills. This Cummins 8.9 liter engine, as you can see, is here in all red, married to this beautiful black Freightliner chassis. This is the M2106 chassis. This is a workhorse. So this coach is going to get up and down the hills very easily. Your jump points for your batteries are down here. There's your positive and negative, just so you know where those are if you're down the road. And as you can see, access to things like your water separator, oil changes, transmission fluid. That's not what I was talking about. I was talking about the most important thing, not transmission fluid, windshield washer fluid. So I'm looking up and seeing pink stuff. But it's all right here, very easy to get to. So for those of you that want to work on your own coach, great. I don't want to work on my own coach. I want someone to come in and service it for me, but I do want to be able to make sure I can just dump some of this blue stuff in there if I'm getting low. I don't want to have to stop at a service center. So like I said, just a really nice, easy to operate coach. As you can see, the optional bunk over cab is just really streamlined, looks beautiful. Big advent for 2022. Again, most of our changes on 2023, other than our measurement apparatus for our tanks, our tank sensors, if you will, most of our changes are going to be cosmetic. But this is a fantastic RV. We've got them coming in. This one, of course, came in sold. But if you're looking for one, please reach out, give me a call. Let me know how I can help. I love selling Super Cs. My name is Katie O'Neill. I'm here at Transwest in Frederick, Colorado. You can reach me at 303-562-8659. And Leah, let's put this one together for you. Let's get what you want, make it the right way, and get you on the road, get you camping. Thanks for tuning in today.